Welcome back to part 3 of this essay. I have made its segment due to it is a lengthy essay and not quite easy for understanding to the students. That's why I have made it segments. Let's see what are the remaining part of this particular essay. Gardner alludes to T.S. Eliot's who said that the rudiment or the basic fact of criticism is not the ability to choose a good poem and reject a bad one. Gardner asserts that a good poem means the poem which is agreed to be so by lovers of poetry. It is the poem in which the critic finds significance, beauty, and meaning. This is a very good way to evaluate the poem, both sides, good as well as bad side. The reader will be accepted the critic's point of view and they might have chances to take interest in literary work. So let's move another most important point of this essay is allegory of Johnson. Dr. Johnson's The Rambler is very important work. In the third essay of the book, Dr. Johnson has given the allegorical description of criticism. Johnson introduced criticism as the daughter of labor and truth. Johnson introduced criticism as the daughter of labor and truth. Most important another point is she was brought up justice in the palace of wisdom. It is very important point pointed by her here, that is labor and truth. Critic has to take a hard work as well as it should be found truth from the any literary work. It should be given justice to the wisdom. It means that the reader will be accepted their point or evaluation or judgment without any hesitation. Let's see another important points related to same. Elucidation or illumination is the primary task of a critic. It should be give illuminate to the reader. Reader will be enlightened by the critic. The initial task of the critic is the judgment of value. We must value to the others. So here the sceptre and the torch, this essay has been describing the most important points. Judgment should be on the basis of value. Value evaluation is considered in the judgment. The critic's task is to assist his or her readers to read for themselves. It helps a lot to the reader and reader will be understood by themselves. Let's move another important point, works of art as a historical objects. Into that we have some points. All works of art are historical objects. It is a relation between the history as well as the literary work. The remaining part is related to history. That reminds us the maxim that all good art is contemporary. All art including contemporary art is historic. In modern time, the work of art is taken as autonomous or separate and self-explanatory. In the past, there was a combination of historical object as well as literary work or an art. But nowadays, an art become a separate part of it. Let's move another important point from this essay. So let's see what are the exact things it is dealing with. The critic treats the poem as it can be explained through the itself and himself. Critic treats the poem as it can be explained through itself and himself. It means critic should be do the work very genuinely, very originally. It will be helpful to the reader. Let's see the another point, extra historical life of a text. Historical and biographical information is fundamental for the critic. Critic must be considered historical as well as biographical information for the analysis of any literary work. The historical approach takes us towards the meaning of the poem. Now we move another most important point, and individuality of the text. I think this part will be discussed in another part. Thank you